Miss Bracknell is in need of stability. I'm therefore ordering an urgent report into the suitability of her mother's house for a sentence of 8 months home detention.
Hey everyone, Daniel and Chris here from IGN. Now Chris, you've seen this new horror movie from New Zealand called Housebound.
I have.
Look, that's an amazing picture.
Yep.
Now, not a lot of clips. We haven't got a trailer for the movie yet.
Not at the UK.
Yeah, you saw it at Fright Fest. We're going to do a review commentary.
We are.
Just to give you the lowdown on the movie. Now, first up, what is it?
It is, as you said, a horror comedy. It's kind of in the vein of early Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson. Okay. It's kind of a haunted house movie, but it kicks off the girl on that side of the picture. She's kind of a rebel, and at the beginning of the film, she commits a crime and gets caught. And the judge, rather than sentencing her to prison or rehab, he sends her to she puts her under house arrest with her mum, so that she can look over her for 8 months. Now she hates her mum. So it kind of starts off as kind of a comedy drama with the two of them getting on each other's nerves. But it turns out the house might quite possibly be haunted. And so I guess the central conceit is the fact that she can't leave the house when bad things happen. And yeah, so things start going bump in the night, and the mum says it's haunted, she says it's not, but she starts having flashbacks to when she was a kid and maybe she was scared by something.
I'm going to jump in there.
Yeah,
because you say haunted house. I don't know how, but based on this picture, I don't think it's going to be like The Innocents.
No.
So there's a lot of blood going on in this picture.
Yeah, there's some splatter.
Okay.
There's some splatter that happens, but it's kind of it's not an out splatter movie. There's quite a lot going on. So it starts off as kind of a comedy drama, and then it becomes a haunted house movie, and then it's a murder mystery, and then there's a bunch of twists and turns as well. It's full of surprises.
Can you reveal any more about the threat, or is that straying into spoiler territory?
Well, she ends up teaming up with. There's a guy who's kind of monitoring the monitor on her ankle, who's also kind of an amateur ghostbuster. So she teams up with him, and they kind of uncover a few things. And I won't go into detail, but I guess a child was murdered at the house many years before. So they start looking into that. There's also a bloke that lives next door who's really creepy, and there's something going on with him that you don't quite know, but you don't trust him. And then, yeah, there's some secrets within the house that are kind of slowly but surely, revealed. So, yeah, there's quite a lot going on. There's more going on than it seems at first.
Yeah. What particularly works in the film?
I think everything does, to be honest. I'm a big fan of this movie. The only thing is, if you're going in, hearing it's a horror comedy and expecting to be scared, I don't think it's a particularly scary movie.
Yeah.
It's not going to give you sleepless nights. But the comedy works, the mystery works. The performances are great. Like, I've not seen any of these actors before, but particularly the main girl, whose name I need to look up, Morgana O'Reilly, who apparently used to be in Neighbours.
Okay.
She's fantastic as Kylie, because she's awful. She's ghastly at the start of this film. You really don't like this girl, and she's horrible even though her mum's annoying, she's horrible to her mum. But by the end, she kind of changes. She transforms into someone that you really root for, like a really kick-ass heroine. The mum's great in it. The guy who plays Amos is great in it. There's a bloke who hardly speaks at all, her stepdad, who steals a bunch of scenes. So yeah, really good, interesting, unusual cast.
Is it going for laughs, or is it kind of the humour is based in the horror? Like something like You're Next, some of the laughs are kind of stem from the horror more than jokes?
No, I think there are out-and-out jokes in it. I name-checked kind of Raimi and Jackson, and it is that kind of thing where there's moments of splatter or frights or jumps, and they're punctuated by really good laughs as well, like proper laugh-out-loud funny stuff, to the point that I'd say it's one of the funniest films I've seen this year.
Any shortcomings? Anything you're slightly critical of? Slightly didn't work for you, or?
Yeah, there was the odd. There was a couple of moments where I didn't believe the way characters reacted or the things they did, and I guess it happened to the plot couldn't move forward if they didn't do that. But it's certainly one point where I really felt like a character should have spoken up and he didn't, and I got quite frustrated with that. But aside from that, it's a really, really tight script.
That's a quibble, isn't it? Yeah.
It's written and directed by a guy on debut, a guy called Gerard Johnston, who wrote it, directed it, and edited it, and he's done a really good job. Like, he's a name to watch for the future.
Awesome, like Raimi and Jackson.
Exactly,
might go on to bigger, better things. So, in summary, it sounds like you're harshly recommending the film.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Frighteners or Evil Dead, or even Black Sheep's one that I actually thought about. Have you seen Black Sheep? It's that kind of humour as well. Although this one's got a little more depth to it. If you like those films, I think you're going to love this one. So yeah, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Big score.
Yeah.
Big movie.
Yeah.
Big score for a little movie, but everyone should see it. So for everything on Housebound?
Housebound, which doesn't actually have a release date in the UK or the States yet, and I don't even know if it's getting theatrical in the UK, but it will be out in the next couple of months.
Okay, we'll let you know. So everything Housebound, Ghosts and Gore, stay right here on IGN.